Hi everyone. So I wanted to get on here and share the first wedding supper of the Lamb dream that I've had. I had this dream last year during the summertime. But before I had this dream, it was a build-up. So I would say it was 3 times where as I'm waking up, I would hear a knocking at my front door, and I would also see my front door. But then when I wake up, of course, there was no one knocking or there at my front door. So, I began to look and see if other people were experiencing this, and they were. And often people equated this to the rapture, and then some people said it had to do with the wedding supper of the Lamb. And so the last time I experienced this knocking, I also heard an audible voice say, "Will you marry me?" And it made me think of the verse in Revelation where the Messiah says that he stands at the door and knocks, and whoever opens the door, he will come in and sup with them. So to me, that was confirmation that was, or that had to do with the wedding supper of the Lamb. So I would say about 2 weeks after, hearing that voice, I actually got to see the wedding supper of the Lamb. Um, the dream started where I was in this big banquet hall or event hall. There was a lot of tables, white tables. I didn't see how many, but it was a lot. And along the walls were counters or little stations where people can come and get food. It was set up sort of like a buffet, but there were servers behind the counter. So I would say that they were angels. I didn't see wings or anything like that, but that was the sense or the feeling that I got, was that these were angels serving people food. And it was all kinds of food, anything that you could imagine or wanting to eat was there. And so there was a long line of people. I got in line, and when it was my turn to get the food that I wanted, I filled up my plate with as much as I could, and with anything that I thought was good to eat. After that, I went and sat down. I wasn't sitting with anyone that I knew, like my mother or my son, but I was, conversing with the people that I was sitting with. The scene shifted at that point. Everyone was done eating and started to make their way out of the room. I had this feeling or this knowing that we were on our way back to Earth, and that we were in heaven or somewhere above Earth. No one cleaned up after themselves. I don't know if the angels were going to do that, but everyone left their plates after they were done eating on the tables and, started to make their way out. As I was making my way out, I saw this man standing by the door. I felt that it was the Messiah, and I thanked him for allowing me, to be present at this event. I had a sense that, that this was like a life or death situation, and that, I was just so happy that I had made it. So I had thanked him for allowing me to be present at that event. And after I thanked him, I made my way outside, and the scene shifted, and I saw people getting on these buses. And there were a lot of buses, not sure how many, but people were getting on the buses 2x2s, male and female. And when they sat down in their seats, there were male and female. I've had other dreams since that the people that go to this event are paired with the opposite gender. So, if you're a woman, you get paired with a man. If you're a man, you get paired with a woman. Not sure how that is going to translate when that time comes. I don't know if it's going to be like an Adam and Eve type situation, or if you're going to be like in one body. I know like there's some texts that say that you're actually going to be joined into one body, or you will become like one soul. So I don't know like what that's going to look like, but I do think that it's interesting that I saw that people are paired, and then I looked and saw other people having similar dreams that people are paired at this event. But I've had dreams where, there's a graduation ceremony and I'm paired in that event, and then, the wedding supper of the Lamb being paired in that as well. But moving forward, I knew that we were headed back to Earth in the dream. While we were on the bus and, I was talking to the person I was paired with, I knew that that there was like a marriage between us, or there was some type of like strong relationship. I felt like, you'd be dealing with that person like long term for the rest of your existence. But during that conversation, I was talking with the angel as well, who was driving the bus, and he told me my new name. I don't really want to share what my new name is in the video, but I did receive a new name, and I looked it up. But the scene shifted after that, and as we got back to Earth, we were riding through this neighborhood, and there was like literally no people. We were driving through this residential area. You saw all these houses, pristine looking houses. It didn't look like there was any type of apocalyptic event or anything like that, but like the streets were completely deserted. Like you didn't see anyone walking. It just looked like everybody vanished. And I looked in the rearview mirror, and the angel, he was looking at me through the rearview mirror. And I think, from my feeling, I felt that he thought that I had saw too much, so he started driving faster. And when he started driving faster, you couldn't really even make out anything outside of the window. The vision became blurred. It was almost like we was traveling at the speed of light. And then I woke up. So that is the first wedding supper of the Lamb dream that I've had. I'll share some of the other ones that I've had in other videos soon. Yeah, thanks for listening.